that Thursday event that I'm trying to run, but we'll see here. Oh, my goodness. All right, so 2Framez versus Jflex. When we talk about the Pikachu matchup, we often are talking about the Axe matchup, if you want to be perfectly honest. Even though at these events, we've seen, I mentioned Kimchi earlier, Kimchi being in chat, players like Kimchi kind of go off, I think Kimchi's like 3-1 or 4-0 against Gatsu. Thunder is not going to kill. Yeah, the head-to-head sheet is, yeah. Sabre's got it. Sabre, top tier mod out here. Really a shame I can't give you VIP. Pretty much all the mods I'd love to give VIP and mod, but you can give both. But we have been seeing a whole lot more Pikachu. Untitled seems to be a breeding ground, and I would have probably... Hey, Bonk, speaking of which. Always glad to have more rats in the chat. Ooh. Using some of that video they saw from Hacks to survive a little bit here longer. But we've surprisingly seen a large amount of rats start to infest these Untitled and Untitled adjacent brackets. Bond, Kimchi, 2Framez. Bonk needs to enter one of these weeks. Draco from Florida. There's a lot of rats around here, and some of them are doing a really good job. 2Framez, I forget if 2Framez has like school or stuff going on, but I know 2Framez has been like busy in their personal life, so it makes sense why 2Framez can have a bit of variety in the performance. I also think last week, even though the Smurf that 2Framez ran into, if I'm remembering correctly, was a Smurf who we knew, who was properly seeded based on because we knew who they were. 2Framez did drop a little bit earlier than that. I think 2Framez got like 65th last week, but yeah. 2Framez is on and off with good and bad performances, and all putting on a pretty solid one here. I guess that kind of on and off for quality performances could be said for a lot of players in the net play era, just because of how many varying factors of tournaments can going on, and the level of seriousness a player could be taking an event, based on if it has a prize pool, paid entry, all that jazz. It's been good, Bonk. I'm sad to not see you on Twitter, but I completely understand. Like, I've been definitely... Ooh, and we're back even. I've definitely been trying to cut my time on Twitter back, too. I'm starting to notice... shout-outs to therapy. It's also sick. I've been starting to notice how much of, like, negativity and, like, bad shit I get from being on Twitter all the time. So I'm definitely trying to cut that out. Obviously, I can't cut it out too much, but let's transition back to the game here, because we're having a hell of a match, and I'm trying to talk about the adverse psychological effects of Twitter right now. 2Framez held onto the lead from the beginning, but looks like Jflex is not willing to drop this game one, clawing back, definitely persevering here. Let's see what other cool tricks 2Framez has in the back pocket. And again, going on to that point that I started off this match with, is that we're off talking about, ooh, okay, incredible two-hit angle there. Okay. Not two-hit angle, double input, or whatever you'd call it. Quick attack there from 2Framez to grab that ledge out of nowhere. Probably one of Pikachu's best tools. Speaking to Bon about like stuff that he is like the most important to practice for Pikachu. Apparently that's like near the top of the list, because that enables Pikachu, one, to have, ooh, okay, beyond getting these early kills, getting that good Gouda. Jab reset. Ooh! Go get him, 2Framez. Actually, it's probably better. Ooh, up smash is not going to do it. Not opting to reset the edge guard scenario with a back throw. Pikachu's back throw, a monstrous tool. Pikachu SDing, also a pretty great tool for his opponents. But let's see if 2Framez is able to hold this one out, or will Jermaine Flex hold it down? Okay. Two aerials. Down smash will knock Jflex far off stage. It's gonna sneak back in. Nice guess to say that he was gonna be off the ledge. That's a pretty big ask of him. But I guess Jflex is knowing that at this point. Okay. Ooh, nice tech. We've seen people really. We got a lot of. Oh god, don't die on that. We got a lot of Hacks fans, or just people who like hitting arms attacks. In the games we've seen so far, everyone's surviving forever and ever. Amen. I also still need to watch that video. Okay, that's gonna be a game one. 2Framez by the skin of his tiny little rat teeth is able to take game one. I feel like we're in for a long one, though. What social media platform isn't toxic? Twitch Twitch can be pretty wholesome. Not that I'm in a biased situation right now, but I guess a lot of it does depend on the communities you operate in as well for social media and stuff like that. Even if you kind of, I do think Twitter is probably the most toxic. LinkedIn is just a bad social media. Oh no, best social media, bar none, Venmo. No one can argue. Venmo is the best social media, hands down. Also, 2Framez, keeping it going as we go back to bats in this game too. Yeah. Looking real solid. Oh, but yeah, I was gonna get to this point. Yeah, I was trying to get to this point previously, and that's gonna be a clean first stock from 2Framez. That when we talk about the Pikachu matchup, it's off, whether we like it or not because of visibility's sakes. We're talking about the Axe matchup. And Axe has been known to struggle a bit against. Well, I don't want to say losing to Swedish Delight and losing to Spark is struggling against Sheiks, but of like the uncharacteristic losses, did he have a face roll loss last year as well? But of some of the uncharacteristic losses we see Axe take, they are against Sheiks, but it seems like that, again, we don't have the extensive amount of data to distinguish if that's a Pikachu thing or that's an Axe thing. But from this very small data set that we are taking, I may be taking a bit too much of a liberty with. It's looking like it might just be an Axe thing, as 2Framez seems real fine here. Against Jflex moving into this game too. Oof, and that's not gonna do. Ooh. Jflex hitting the big zoom out, taking a moment to rethink about everything. Yeah. It was Plup that lost to Spark? Dude, Spark beat Mango, I think. Restarting his controller? Alright, okay, I'm 100%. Interesting. Someone big. Yeah, I thought it was Mango. Nonetheless, that was like that was forever ago. Even if we started talking about 2020 results, like it's so far about. Yeah, Spark beat Oms and Mango at Smash Camp. God, what a whack event. And the Pikachu Classic, the pullback forward smash. 2Framez not caring about his previous performances, not caring about Jflex's previous performances, only caring about that single stock that is left in his way from finishing off this and pulling off an upset. Almost certainly, I would believe Jflex has got to be a top 10 seed, even with stock making the corrections to my garbage seeding at the last moment. Jflex definitely a enormous seed. And again, like I was speaking for before, okay, 2Framez has a pretty high variance performance. So it would be nice to see another positive tick under that banner. Nice Thunder Jolt to get you back safe. Runs at him. Will we see an aggressive edge guard? Okay, no, we're just going to opt because Sheik only has so few options, and those options limit even further when you begin your journey down on lose side. Great upset there by 2Framez.